Oh my goodness, can you believe it? It is time for the 2026 planner launch. I am shocked at how quickly this year has flown by, but I am so incredibly excited to share today's planners with you guys. We are splitting up the launch into two parts because there are 4 different kinds of planners that we are going to be sharing with you all, and I thought it would be just too much to cram all of that into one video. So we're gonna do 2 parts, one this morning, one tomorrow morning. And yes, I am just so incredibly excited, so I'm not gonna delay much further, but I do wanna say before we dive into everything that I am so grateful for the P2P team. The ladies that I work with are incredible. We had so many brainstorming sessions about these planners, and then of course we got your feedback from the community via the survey that we did a little while ago, and so your feedback was incredibly helpful. The P2P team, Tabitha, Claudia, Shauna, Nicole, Lauren, Colleen, and Hannah, thank you so much, ladies, for all of your help, for listening to me just go on and on with different ideas, helping me work through things. I'm just so grateful to have so much support. And yeah, so without further ado, because like I said, I don't want to delay too much further. I know you guys are like, let's get into it. So let's get into it. So we're going to open up the part 1 here. So the planners I'm going to share with you today are the Create planners and the Prosper planners. And I will tell you, these planners look entirely different from any other planner we've released in the past. They are so different. They've gotten a total overhaul, new fonts, new style. One word that came up a lot during our brainstorming sessions was pizzazz. I really wanted to fancy up the planners, and so that's what we've done here. So I'm gonna share with you first the Create planner. So the Create planner last year, if you're familiar, the reason why it's called Create planner is because it has blank weeks and days. Everything's dated for you, but it just makes it easy to create your own custom weekly and daily layouts. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the landscape version of the Create planner. So here it is. This is the cover. It's just very neutral. It's got that leather texture that I've just been kind of loving lately. There are other covers available in the P2P Vault, which you'll have a link to within the planner, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. So if you swipe over or if you tap here, it is going to take you to your home page, which is completely clean. So you just have a spot to write in your name, lots of blank space to decorate as you see fit. And then down here at the bottom, we have 3 buttons. We have support and info. We have the November 2025 calendar and December 2025. So today is October 31st. You can dive into these planners immediately. You get the last 2 months of 2025, so you can start your setup right away. 2 little bonus months I wanted to include in there for you. You guys loved the inclusion of December last year, and I wanted to take it a step further and include November as well, because I think we're all just feeling that itch to switch to something new at this point. So we have those buttons down there. Now I will say all of the planners that you're going to see, the Create, the Prosper, the Ease planner is tomorrow, and the Minimalist planner is tomorrow. They all have the exact same tabs, the exact same templates, pages, everything is set up the same. The only difference you're gonna notice are the weekly and daily pages. So those are gonna vary among the different layouts and styles and all of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and maybe get started with the tabs over here. So we have the annual tab, the quarterly tab, inbox, which is new, notes, a dedicated notes page, and then we have 8 different sections here. Notebook sections is what those are. So those are the new tabs. I will say too, because I've gotten a lot of questions about this, we are going to be creating 2026 tabs for all the 2025 sticker books. We won't go any earlier than 2025, but we've already done, because the team is incredible, we've already done kits 34 through the rest of 2025 kits. So starting with Halloween, different kits for Halloween, and then working all the way through the end of the year. Those tabs are ready to go. So if you've purchased those tabs already, kit 34, 35, 36, let's see, to done 11, has that released yet? I don't know, I'm losing track of time, you guys. But if you've purchased those, all you have to do is go back to the original Dropbox. You don't need to make a new purchase or anything, and you can just download those. They'll be in the Dropbox waiting for you. And then we're gonna start working our way back to do all of the rest of the tabs, and we'll get to that as soon as we possibly can. But there will be matching tabs for the sticker kits for these new planners, because I know the tabs totally changed, which I think is a good thing because I'm super excited about them. All right, so let's check out the annual pages here. So for the annual overview, you're going to get a 2026 and a 2027 annual overview calendar, which I love. So this one here, the 2026, is fully hyperlinked to every page every week in the planner. You can tap on any of those days and weeks, the month headers. That's going to take you where you want to go. 2027, of course, is not linked because those calendar pages are not included in the planner. And then we also have a important dates section. So this is a great place to put birthdays or special events, you know, different things like that, whatever you want to do. But the buttons are accessible up here at the top as well. So you can tap on these and make your way through the annual section. So again, 2026 overview, 2027 overview, and important dates. All right, so then we have the quarterly section. So for the quarterly section, we have a quarterly overview. I will say that in 2026, our quarterly planners are not going to be continuing. They just do not sell enough to make it worth the time and effort put in to create them. So what we're doing instead is we have a dedicated quarterly section within our planners. So you have an overview page, and then you also have each quarter broken out. You've got the mini calendar, a spot for goals, a spot for tasks, and then this lovely dot grid section over here. You can put like sticky notes or whatever you want to put over there, a little note section, and we have that for every quarter of 2026. And of course, these calendars here are hyperlinked as well, so you can tap on any of the days, weeks, the month at the top, and that will take you where you want to go. So that's the quarterly section, so you can plan out each quarter. I personally love to do this for both the business and for homeschooling. I love being able to plan a quarter at a time. It just really helps me to kind of prepare for the future. Just kind of, you know, a focus on what I need to get done now so that the rest of the quarter or the rest of the year goes smoothly, you know, if it works out that way. So then we have the inbox tab. So here she is. I'm super excited about this tab because I personally really wanted a go-to place where I could keep track of tasks. And I have to give a big shout out to Claudia because she's very much into the inbox as well. And so she really helped me a lot with coming up with a good system for this. So how this is going to work is you're going to put in a task. So let's say, okay, let's turn on my pen tool here. So let's say my task is to declutter, which is something I do need to do, declutter fall decor. Then what I would do is I'd say, okay, how much time do I need for that? Maybe like 2 hours would be good, just a little guesstimate there. And then this is a home task, so there's home, work, personal, and other. And then you're able to color code up here. So let's say with my highlighter tool, I'm going to make this a someday task. Then you would, oh, it like duplicated that. You would assign a color to each thing. So I like using the highlighter tool because it colors it in really neatly. So purple is going to be my someday. So what I would do is I would highlight home in purple. And that way you can see at a glance, okay, what are my someday tasks? What are my urgent, needs to be done right away tasks, priority, something that's really quick. Maybe it only takes like 5 minutes to sort the mail or something like that. And then there's a spot here for whatever category you want to do, and then of course delegate. So if there's a task that you can pass off to someone else, if someone else is able to do it, then you can color code it that way. But that way you can see at a quick glance, okay, these are all the tasks, a running to-do list, if you will, for all of your tasks, and then how much time you need. You can categorize it and then also color code as well, so that you can kind of really keep track of those tasks and everything. And then of course, when you're all done, you would just check it off and everything. So that's how the inbox page is going to work. It's sort of a catch-all space for all those different tasks. This is really great if you want to just use this for work too, you could do that. I'm excited to see how you guys use this page. I personally am super, super excited about it. I just, again, wanted to have sort of a catch-all place for keeping track of all the different things that we have to do all the time. So you can add to this as things come in and check things off. And you know, when you get an opportunity like, oh, you know what do I have a couple hours, what do I have on my in my inbox that I can work on in this time? And then you can kind of look here and see what is a priority, what's more urgent, what's not urgent, you know, that sort of thing. So that is the inbox page. And then we have notes, which notes you're gonna get a half dot grid and half blank page right here. And this is just sort of a catch-all space for all those notes. So you can throw sticky notes on here, you can just scribble on here, whatever you want to do, but just a spot for those quick notes that you need to take. This is especially helpful if you're on the go and you need to refer to something quickly. You just click on notes and there you go. And then we'll get to the notebooks here in just a little bit, but I also want to mention there are hidden links in each of the planners, and they're set up pretty much the same way with the exception of the ringed planner, because yes, this year we have a ringed version of every single planner that we're offering, which is super exciting. So those hidden links are going to be down here at the bottom. That is going to take you back to your home page. So anytime you tap on the bottom here, you can see it's highlighting it. That is going to take you back to this home page here. If you want to close your planner, you tap on the upper right hand corner. That's going to take you back to your cover. And then if you tap on the left over here, it's going to take you to an index page. And the only exception or the only difference in the ringed planner is you click on the rings to get to the index instead of the left side. But for the portrait and landscape, you're going to tap on the left and that's going to take you to your index. So it's totally hidden, which is really nice. Okay, you're going to see big changes here. We have cut, and simplified a ton, and we have a totally new vision for 2026 for building the planner that works for you. We wanted to remove a lot of fluff, and we have done that. So you're gonna notice up here there are 10 templates. That's it. I know last year we went a little crazy with the templates. This year we just have the essentials and that is all. And then over here we have some note paper, so blank, dot grid, graph, and lined. So super clean, very organized. We'll go through those templates here in a minute. And then on the index page, you're gonna get a notebook with 3 subsections for each month. So the beauty of the notebook system is that you can turn these into a divider if you want to, or you can put inserts onto the pages because they're totally blank. And so I'll share that with you in just a minute, but that's sort of the new direction we're going. These templates are templates that I think would work really great copy and pasted like behind a month or a week. For example, you could copy and paste this meal plan and grocery list right behind your week and you could just swipe over, see your meal plan real quick. But yes, we will go through all of that here in just a minute, but just to share with you how the notebooks work. So this is the November 2025 notebook. It will highlight up here which one you're on. So if you tap on these up here, it's going to highlight in gray up here. So tap on 3, there's November 2025. So each month is going to get 3 dedicated blank pages that can be accessed from any of those months' pages. So on the weeks, the days, the months, the dashboard, all totally accessible. And I wanted to share with you because we have a bunch of inserts in the shop already. We are going to be creating new inserts in the very, very near future. It's a top priority project of mine. But we do have a ton of inserts already in the shop. So if you already own these or you want to pick them up, these will work with the planner. So the beauty of inserts is they're images. So you can manipulate the size, you can crop it, all that kind of stuff. But let's say this is my reading insert bundle that is offered in the shop. And so let's say I want to do some bookshelves for this page, and you can resize it. What I would probably do is I would crop this. I'm getting used to the new buttons in GoodNotes because I don't use GoodNotes actually very often anymore, but I've got my bookshelves here. So I could put the covers of my books there, and then I could just cover this up if I wanted to. So I could take a screenshot, save image, bring that over, cover that up, and then I can put like, you know, books read or something like that up there in the top. So you can do that with all these inserts. So you could do, let's see, I want to keep track of like favorite quotes or something like that. So I could put that here. And again, you can remove this if you want. You could just crop this text out and put it on top. The sky is the limit, honestly, with inserts. It's the beauty of it. Let's see, what if I did, let's do maybe Battle of the Books, because I just think that's so fun. You could do Battle of the Books. So maybe these are all like reading pages or something like that. Or you could do the meal plan inserts as well. So we're in our December notebook now, but we could do a holiday menu because this is December. So maybe I want to make my Christmas menu here. You can add this. And again, I would probably just go ahead and crop out the word here. And maybe just even take that a step further because it's sort of overlapping right here. So I could do that. And you can do it that way. And then have like your whole Christmas menu there if you wanted to do that. Let's see, what else? What else? You guys kind of get the point though. Oh, pantry inventory, that's really fun. So you can put these inserts in your months, or you can put them in the annual, like or not annual, but the extra notebooks, the 8 that you get over here. You could do that as well if you wanted to. So let's say I want to dedicate this notebook to recipes or something like that. You can do that and pull this over and just resize it, but you get the gist. So these are just totally blank. Again, you can make it into a divider if you want to. You could put a label in the center and put whatever, you know, your title is going to be and everything, but I wanted to make it more flexible. So you could also, maybe for each month you want to have a vision board. So you use one of your monthly blank pages for a vision board, or maybe you want to use it for memory keeping or for budgeting, whatever it may be. But it's just really, really nice because you have all these blank pages to work with. You can throw inserts on them. Again, I'm going to be making tons and tons of new inserts. They're going to be coming to the shop. And so, or you can turn them into dividers. You can copy and paste your templates, which I'll go ahead and share that. So here's our new budget plan. So let me show you how the templates would work. So you would come up here to these 3 dots in GoodNotes, copy page, and this works the same way in Noteful. It's a little bit different. You have to go to the thumbnails, copy, duplicate there. I'll be creating tutorials and stuff for all of this very soon, but you basically copy the page, All the templates are towards the front of the planner, by the way, and this was done intentionally because Noteful, the way that copying and pasting templates in Noteful works is it always defaults to the one that is at the like closer to the beginning of the planner. So when you copy and paste this behind a different month or something, if you go back to this index page and click on this, it's going to go back to this original one, which is ideal. So versus the one that you paste later on in the planner. So let's say I want to, for January, have my budget plan here. Then I would just go ahead and add page, paste page, and now it's right behind there. So I can just swipe and okay, there's my budget for the month, you know, type of thing. So you can throw those templates wherever you want. You can also do, like I said, you could do your meal plan, copy this page, and then let's say I want to go to this first week here, add page, paste page. It's going to paste it right after. And there it is. So now I know, okay, I just go to my week, swipe over, there's my meal plan for that week. So that is how that is going to work. Now let me go through these templates a little bit more closely so you can see, but on this page here you can label what each section is. So if you need a quick reference point of like, okay, where did I put, you know, my reading, my tracking for my reading, you can look at which notebook it is, which section it's under, all of that kind of stuff. So this just gives you a place to label all of that and index it to make it easier to find. But let's go ahead and go through these templates. So here's the budget plan. You've got a section for income, bills, variable expenses, miscellaneous, a summary of everything, a spot for goals, and a spot for keeping track of your account balances, which is something that we've started doing a lot, just kind of keeping track of the start and end. But this is a very flexible budget plan page. You can use this for monthly budgeting, bi-weekly, paycheck, all of that. There's a spot to put your date range up here, so it's a very flexible layout, and I'm super excited about it. So yeah, you would just track all your income up there, all your bills. There's a spot to check it off when it's paid. Variable expenses, those are things like groceries, gas, things that change every now and then. And then miscellaneous could be for debt, savings, all of that. But that is the new budget plan page, a little refresh. And then I love the addition of the sticky note up there. So if you have like an important note, like, oh, this quarterly bill is due, you know, this month or something, you can put that there. So yeah, that is the new budget plan. Then we have a chore schedule. So you're gonna have a spot for monthly chores, Monday through Sunday here, and then a daily task little section there as well. I also wanted to mention a big piece of feedback we received in the survey is that people wanted to see darker lines and bolder fonts. And so we've definitely done that in this planner, and I love how it looks. I really love it. So you have a chore schedule there. Then you have contacts, which that's just your basic, you know, contact sheet. A goal setting, so I really love how this turned out. So you could put in your goal, your why for your goal, 10 action steps, and then there's this addition of the progress bar where you can highlight in as you're making progress. So say you check off 3 of the tasks, then you would highlight up to 30% because 30% of the task is complete. And that's how you kind of keep track of that. So I really love how that turned out. You can duplicate this as much as you want, all of that. But yeah, so goal setting, pretty simple. Meal plan, very simple. I left big boxes. So if you want to do breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, you have plenty of space for it, or you could just put your dinner and maybe like a picture to the meal that you're cooking with like a link to it or something. I think that would be really fun. So that's how that's set up. And then use it up. That's for the things like, okay, we've had, you know, this chicken in the freezer that we need to eat, or these like frozen meatballs that we need to eat or whatever. So you can put that here and then also keep track of what's on sale right here. Then you have a generous section for lists, so you could split this up by store, by section in the grocery store. I purposely did not label things because everyone just kind of does it differently. But yeah, so that is that section there. And then we have the mind map. So the mind map is really fun. It now has a dot grid background, which I love the look of that. So this is a great way to brainstorm projects, work projects, whatever it may be, crafts, things like that, but just a mind map to help you kind of get your thoughts out and organize them. A password section, so you can hide this wherever you want in your planner, make it pretty discreet, and that way it's harder to find if anyone does get access to your planner for any reason. But yeah, just a spot for all those passwords. And then we have a spending tracker, so that kind of goes along with the budget. I wanted a way to also track your transactions. So we've got a spot to write in the account, the category, so say this is grocery, I'm starting with $200. You can track over here what you spent on grocery and keep track of your, your spending, make sure you're on budget. A key for color coding your transactions, so I've always done this in the past. Pink has historically always been groceries, so I would put this in pink, put groceries, and then I can highlight over here what the category is and kind of keep track that way. And then of course a spot for notes. And the spending tracker up here has a spot for the date, the description, debit, credit, balance, and then checking it off once you track it over here. So that's how that works. You can duplicate this as many times as you need. So I would use one per week because we're currently tracking our spending per week. And that would be another great one to copy and paste behind your weekly spread if you want to do it that way. And then we have a wellness tracker, which I love this wellness tracker because it's very, very flexible and very simple. So we have all the days of the week running down the side, and then we have health stats, sleep, nutrition, water, movement, and notes. And so everyone tracks different things and all of that, but this kind of hits all those basics. And nutrition could be calories or Weight Watchers points or macros or protein or whatever it is, whatever you're tracking personally. Health stats, that could be weight, measurements, blood sugar, blood pressure, whatever you want there. You could track pain. This is a very flexible, very universal table that you can use to kind of keep track of all of that. So that is that page. And then we have the year in pixels page, which has been a favorite. We've had it in our planners for a few years now. And this is a really great page to track your mood, the weather. There's all sorts of different things you can do here. So the idea is you would just color code. So say you're tracking weather, maybe you put yellow for sunny. And if it's a sunny day, you color in the square yellow. And by the end of the year, you're gonna have this whole thing filled out with what the weather was, which I think is super, super fun. So that's the year in pixels. And then of course we have just a blank page here. We have dot grid. We have a graph paper. And then we have lined, which for this one we have two different columns of lines here for you. So that is the templates that are all included. That's all of them. Like I said, we've really pared them down and stuck with just really the essentials. And I think that's gonna work out really nicely. And then the idea is, say you wanna track for your budget, for example, you wanna track your debt tracker, savings tracker, all of that. Well, you would pull inserts in if you want to track those things and put them in your notebooks, like either pasting them on the blank page or however you wanna do it. But yeah, that is how that is going to work. So more flexible, instead of dividers, they are now just notebooks that you can easily convert into a divider if you prefer that method. You could treat the blank page as a divider, throw a label on it, whatever you want to do, or just plop inserts on top. And I really, really love that change just because I think it makes it a lot less overwhelming and more customizable as well. So that is that. Now let's go ahead and get into the actual months, and let me actually go to November because that's where we're at. So here is November. This is what the monthly calendar looks like in landscape. I will share the portrait and ringed version with you as well. But this is the monthly calendar. It's a full calendar. So you've got all your week buttons over here. These are all hyperlinked. Your days are hyperlinked in the upper right corner. You've got your links to those monthly notebooks right here, 1, 2, 3. I know some people were wondering if this was 3 calendars. It is not, but can I just tell you, it's so easy. So easy. If you want 3 calendars for the year, all you have to do, you guys, is come over here to your thumbnail view. It highlights the page, hit this down arrow right here, and same thing with Noteful. You go to thumbnail view, duplicate the page, but you just duplicate, okay? And now, guess what? I've got 2 calendars. So it's super easy. If you want 3 calendars, 5 calendars, 8 calendars, however you want to do it, all you have to do is duplicate, and that makes it so super simple. But these 3 buttons do go to the notebooks. It's not 3 calendars, so just want to make sure to make that clear. Okay, so now that's the calendar, where all the links are and all of that. There's also a hidden link to a dashboard. And you guys, this dashboard page, I love, I love, I love. So let's tap on it and let me show you. We've gotten some sneak peeks of this in the group as well. So we have a fully hyperlinked monthly calendar here with the links to the notebooks there. We have a spot for important dates, which, by the way, if you're in your annual section and important dates, if you tap on the month, it's actually going to take you to the dashboard because you can copy and paste those important dates in. So the linking in here is very thought out, very, very thought out. There's so many hidden hyperlinks. And if you ever want a reference without needing to watch this whole video, I did include a reference in the support and info page that will show you where those hidden links are. So if you forget, you have a reference page. But a spot for monthly tasks, and then down here, I just love this edition, currently reading, watching, listening to, and loving. I just love that so much. And then we have a focus of the month, a little sticky note for the month, goals, and then a spot to rate different areas of your life at the start of the month and the end of the month. This can help you form what your focus should be. So say you're really struggling with your relationships or something, and you need to invest more time into your friendships or your spouse or something like that. Maybe that's your focus of the month. And then you can drill that down into specific goals. Okay, so if I want to connect with my spouse more, maybe I make sure we go on a date night, you know, 2 times this month. And maybe I do like a kind gesture, like write a little love note and stick it on the mirror, something romantic and fun, you know. So you can kind of figure that all out. And then at the end of the month, you can see how much you've improved and all of that. So kind of keeping track of that, just a reflection and goal setting space, very much so simplified. And then habit trackers, because Nicole needed her habit trackers. I don't know many other people that don't need habit trackers, but we want to track the things, right? We're planners. So I wanted to include some habit trackers. So this is really simple. All you would do is you would write up here, so maybe I want to drink 100 ounces of water. And then you would take your highlighter on each day that you do that. You would just highlight in like, okay, I did it that day. And then, oh, I forgot to drink for 2 days in a row, and then I drank here. So you can kind of see how many times you accomplish that habit. So we wanted to really simplify these systems, you guys, like tracking and reflection and goal setting and stuff, because I think sometimes when there's too much on the page and there's too many things, it's very off-putting. At least that's how it works in my mind. I think I have a sprinkle of ADHD, or a lot of sprinkles of ADHD, and so I personally get really overwhelmed really easily, and I don't get overwhelmed with this page because it's just very, very simple, and my brain likes that. So hopefully your brain does too. But all of the pages, by the way, are back to back. So all of these dashboards are back to back. All of your months, oops, all your months, I'm telling you, I'm getting used to this, are all back to back as well. And all the weeks are back to back, days are back to back. So it just really makes it easy and everything to do it that way. Now, let me go ahead and share with you the daily and weekly pages. For the Create Planner, they're pretty simple. So we'll tap on week 1 here. It's gonna let you know, okay, week 1, you're moving from December 2025 to January 2026. There is a hidden hyperlink here back to your dashboard, because you do have the month hyperlinks always at the top here. So if you want to get to your dashboard, you can do it that way. And when you're in a transition week where it's transitioning into a new month, it'll link to the new month, not the previous. But if you want to go to the previous, all you have to do is swipe back, and there you are. So that's how that's going to work. But here's week 1, totally blank page here. The buttons have been very much so simplified, very much so. So it's gonna let you know which week you're in, which is week 1, and then the days of that week are right here. So this is a Sunday start, Monday start week, Sunday start month. Of course, we offer Monday, Sunday, and then Sunday, Monday, which is more of a hybrid. We've always historically offered that. So But instead of every day of the month being up here, because that was getting a little bit of confusion, especially during those transition weeks where all of the buttons would like update and stuff. Now it's just the days of that week. It keeps it cleaner. You've got more space to work with, which I really like. This is very fun and interactive because you can just like, if you want to, you can throw a little highlight dot on there to mark where you're at, or you could color this whole thing in, go crazy, whatever you want to do. But I really love that. So, yeah, so all your days are linked here. Tap on it to get to the day. Of course, the day is linked as well. And again, if you tap here, it's gonna take you to the dashboard for that specific day. And then also, if you wanna get back to your week, it'll let you know which week you're in, and you tap here and that will take you back to your week. And then all of the notebooks are going to be linked here as well. So this is gonna take you to January 2026 because it's transitioning into a new month. But again, all you have to do is kind of swipe back to get to your December if you want to, and all of that. But yeah, and then that'll take you to your dashboard, and that's how it basically works. So on these blank pages, it's really fun because what you can do, we have inserts that we sell in the shop. And oh, I was gonna show you guys too the tabs. This is a sneak peek actually of the kit that is releasing today as well. So I'm gonna throw those on. Look how cute those are. Just gonna place those here and then tap out of it. And and then we're gonna go to the landscape inserts here and find an insert we wanna use. So this is the whole fun thing, you guys, is you can go ahead and throw these inserts on. We've got tabs, we got inserts. Again, this is a sneak peek at the brand new kit releasing today, which is super fun. This is kit 37. And why are you giving me all these messages now? And then what we're gonna do is we're going to go to our deco here and find a really cute piece of deco. I'm already thinking that I want to use maybe this bookshelf right here. So I'm gonna copy that and bring that over, paste. And you can blow that up nice and big here, and maybe put this, arrange this towards the front. And yeah, you can just do all that kind of stuff. Make your own spread, use some calendar words, you know, throw some pictures up here, however you want to do it, but you can come up with such a cute spread in seconds using just deco and some inserts, some tabs, and look how cohesive that is. And we kept this planner very neutral. So like I said, we added pizzazz. So we have more backgrounds. We have the marble background, this leather texture here, but very neutral colors so that it's not going to clash with any of the stickers that you bring in. So I wanted to add a little something something to the planners, make a more complete feeling. But of course, we don't want things to clash with our stickers because that's, I feel like, 80% of the fun is stickers, right? So yeah, that's how that is going to work, and you would do this for your days and for your weeks and everything. So the Create Planner has totally blank days and weeks, and that's how that is going to work for the Create Planner. And then let's see, what else? I feel like I'm maybe forgetting something. I think I got it all. Oh, let's look at the support and info page real quick so you know. You access that through your home page here, support and info. And like I said, hidden links are up here, so it's gonna show you where to tap to get to certain things. So that is really nice. And then all of the font information is here, the fonts that are used, which are free to download, by the way. Just a simple Google search and you'll be able to find those and download them. And then the light gray hex code that's used throughout the planner, access to the planner Dropbox. So if there's updates to the planner or anything like that, or you want to download a fresh copy, you can do that through the planner Dropbox. A spot to message me, a spot to join our community on Facebook, a link to this video, a link to our general tutorials, and then also a link to the P2P Vault where you're gonna find extra covers, cover labels, little surprises here and there, all that fun stuff. So yeah. So that is the landscape version. Now let me show you the portrait version of it. So I'm just gonna show you some of the main pages just real quick. I won't take a ton of time doing this just because I don't want this video to be forever long, but you know, I sat down to film this video and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this filmed nice and quick, and here we are. So, but all my walkthrough videos historically have been very thorough. I just like to show you guys all the bells and whistles, and of course portrait is going to look quite different from landscape. It's just different space that you're working with and everything. Here's this hidden link to the index. Tap on the upper right, takes you to your cover, so all of that. But on the index, let me show you the templates. So we'll go to the budget plan. So you can kind of just see you've got your spot for your account balances down there and a spot for goals and notes down there. And then tour schedule, your contacts, goal setting, meal plan and grocery list, mind map, passwords, spending tracker, wellness tracker, and year in pixels. And then of course your blank paper, dot grid, which you guys probably can't see very well, and then your graph paper and the lined there. And then here's the inbox page, notes, and then you get into all the different pages here. So there's all of those. And here are the monthly pages, so you get some space down here, and all the links are going to work the same. So if I tap here, it's going to take me to that week. If I tap on the day, it's going to take me to the day, and then again it's all blank, and all the links are set up the same way, so you can access your days and your weeks here at the top, access your notebooks for the week, and all of that fun stuff. So that is how it is all set up. So that's the portrait version, and now we have rings. We have rings. I'm so excited about it. So, oh, okay. I'm so excited. Okay, here are the rings. Oops, let's go here. Here are the rings. So here's your home page. You guys, how shiny and fun are these? They're so shiny. I love it so much. So again, you're gonna tap on your rings actually to get to the index page versus the left side, but you'll still tap on the bottom to get home, still tap in the upper right to close your planner. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so here's the index page. Here are the templates. Everything's of course set up a little differently, but same components. So all of those pages are so fun. I love the rings. I think I'm going rings, you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going rings for 2026. But here are all of the pages, your inbox, notes, annual overview, all those same pages. Like I said, each planner is going to have the exact same pages, just it's going to be configured a little bit differently. Here are the monthly pages, so you got a little bit of sidebar space over here. Here's the week, and here is the day. So, and then back to your week there. So it's all set up very similarly, very smooth. These files are very tiny. You'll be surprised how tiny they turned out. I was surprised how tiny they turned out. So, but this is the rings. I love it. And the beauty of rings, whoops, I accidentally turned my iPad off. The beauty of rings is that you can zoom in and you can have kind of a portrait and landscape in one, which is so nice. So I really love that. So you can, like, you know, have landscape this way, turn it, just zoom in a little bit, and boom, now you've got in portrait as well. So that's one of the big appeals in my mind of your ringed planner. And then in our sticker books, what's super fun is you can go to scrapbook here, and we've got our rings down here. And so I'm going to take these, copy those, and you've seen Colleen doing this quite a bit, and I love it. So you can just take, these must just work totally different, or the photo tool's not working the same, I don't know. But you can just take these, size them right over, and if you want to change up the color, or you want to, like, you know, have rings on top, you can do that really easily. So I'm going to take this and duplicate, and then duplicate, and then I'm going to take this whole thing and duplicate, and bring that down here, put that over it, and voila. you have some different colored rings, which I just think is really fun. It's just a really fun little touch there, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, that is the ringed planner. Now, the rest of the planners are gonna be quick to share because you've seen all the different pages and all the different variations: portrait, ringed, landscape. Ringed is a separate purchase from landscape and portrait. So we've always bundled our landscape and portrait together. So that is still gonna be the case going into 2026. And then if you want the rings, that is a separate purchase, just FYI. But let's get into the Prosper planner. So the Prosper planner comes in 3 different layouts. There is the Shauna layout. It's kind of a joke, but the dashboard layout is one that Shauna advocated for, and I love how it turned out. And then we have a journaling layout and a productivity layout. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm just gonna share the weekly and daily pages in these because you've seen all the rest of the pages. They're exactly the same. So here are, and let's actually put this in list form because that might make it easier for me. So here's the dashboard layout, you guys. I love this so much. Okay, are you ready? Ah! I'm super excited. Okay, let me reset my camera real quick. Actually, it stops filming after 24 minutes and I was at 22 minutes, so I didn't want to be interrupted. But here we go. Ready, set, whoop. The dashboard page. Look how clean and gorgeous she is, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this so much. So you're gonna have all the same setup. It's gonna let you know which month you're in, which week you're in, the days of that week, all of that. And then over here, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, notes. Shauna's already done mock-ups of this, and whew, they are beautiful. It's so perfect, you guys. So perfect for more like minimal planning if you just want like a couple touches of deco and then maybe primarily use like your highlighter tool, some icons, whatever. I feel like this is the perfect layout for more like minimalist type of planning. And then you've got 2 lists here, so you could do like home, work, however you want to do that. And then you got some habit trackers, so you can see the gray spaces here. It shows up better in person than it does on camera, that's for sure. But you would write in your habit and then check it off. So you've got 4 habit trackers, and then you've got some dot grid down here as well. So just a very functional, easy, breezy, beautiful dashboard page. I was gonna say cover girl, but you know. So that is that. And then we have a new daily page, you guys. And the daily page is gonna be the same in all the Prosper planners and the Ease planner. It's the same daily page across the board. Yeah, the Create comes with blank dailies. Everything else has a pre-filled daily. If you don't want the daily, it's very easy to cover it up just by throwing a white screenshot on top. But here is the daily. So we have Thursday, January 1st. Oh my gosh, I love. Okay, so over here, we have a schedule bar. So I've gotten rid of all of the lines because I really wanted a cleaner look. And I think what's really fun for this is using brackets. So you can take your pen tool, do a straight line there, and say, okay, from 5 to 8, that is going to be, and you know, I would probably work harder at making the line straighter and stuff, but you get the gist. That's gonna be my morning routine. And then maybe I put a little checklist underneath of what my morning routine is there. And then let's say, okay, from, you know, 10 to 2, this is my homeschool time or something like that. So lots and lots of flexibility there, but I love the look of this. I love how clean it is. I love the white space. I just am a huge fan of it. So the schedule is different, and then also it's way easy to cover up too. If you want to just leave that out and like put a big piece of deco there or something, you can do that. And then we have a top 3 and then tasks and habits right there. You've got some dot grid down here, which I feel like the dot grid's perfect for like putting photos and stuff. You could put like little photos and thumbtacks. I think that's really cute. And then we kept weather, mood, and daily essentials. So weather, you could even like put the high. So what is the high today? Let me check my weather app, because let me tell you, in Arizona, it's still been fairly warm, which I'm like, okay, it's almost November and we have a high of 88, 88 degrees. Oh, it's been beautiful in the morning though. 88 and then 58, so I could put like, you know, my temperatures there if I wanted to. And then you can put, today is sunny, so that's not colored in very well, but you get the gist. And then you can color in like, let's see, well today obviously I'm very excited because it is planner launch day. So that is in there. And then daily essentials, you've got your planner time. So maybe you want to update your year in pixels, connection, I want to call my grandma, home, I need to do some touch-up paint, self-care, I am going to do a face mask tonight. So those are just the daily essentials, kind of to make sure that certain little areas of your life are getting a little bit of attention each day. And I think that really helps out so much with your mental health, emotional health, your relationships, all of that kind of stuff. Helps you stay organized and everything. So that is the daily page. And then you saw the weekly page for the dashboard. Now let me show you those in portrait. So we're gonna go over to this first week here. Here's the dashboard in portrait. So same little setup here, just a little different configuration. We only had space for 3 habit trackers. Then you got your 2 lists there. And then here is the daily page for the portrait. So weather, mood, daily essentials, all your task lists, dot grid down here, and your schedule bar. So that's what portrait looks like in the dashboard layout. And then the ringed version is going to look like this. So you've got your section for scheduling things over here, lists, habit trackers, and dot grid down there. So that's the weekly layout in the rings. And here is the daily in the rings. So you've got a nice big schedule section, your lists here, weather, mood, daily essentials, and a nice big dot grid section right here. So that is what that looks like. So the daily pages, like I said, are going to be the same across the board. So now I'm just going to pop into journaling and productivity and show you those weekly layouts and what they look like. So let's go to week 44. So this is the journaling layout, and I love this because what you can do is you can throw a little picture in this white space right here, and then you can just journal about your day. So I'm actually leaning towards this layout, you guys, because I think for my weekly I want to start doing more of a memory keeping and then use a daily to kind of do the more productive stuff. That's where I'm leaning right now. I honestly, I'm so torn. I'm so torn because I love the dashboard too. I'm very torn on what I'm gonna do here, but I guess you guys will find out soon because I'm actually gonna share my November plan with me in the brand new planners this weekend. So we've got like a planner launch weekend extravaganza or gonza or whatever here. So we're having fun this weekend for sure. So yeah, so this is the journaling layout. You got a little spot for notes there as well, but I just love this. I love the white space to throw a picture and then a little spot to just write about your day. And then in landscape, because it's such a huge, huge workspace, you also have some dot grid over here too, which is great for like other lists or notes or things like that. So that's the landscape version. Here is the portrait version. So same deal, you're just gonna get the white space, spot for writing about your day, and then some dot grid here at the bottom. So that's what that looks like. And then for the ringed, you are going to get it split in half here, so nice and big. So we got each day of the week over here, first half of the week, second half of the week, and then at the bottom there's a little spot for notes too. So again, you can just put a little picture here, write about it, and I just really love this layout. I just wanted a way to, if people are really wanting to memory keep more, do gratitude, things like that in their planner, and have a good mix of that with productivity. I feel like the daily page is perfect for that productivity, scheduling, stuff like that. And then this is really great for just a simple way to journal about your day and do some scrapbooking, memory keeping at the same time. So that's that layout. Lastly, we have productivity, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's been around for years and years now, and I just love this layout. And it hasn't changed a whole ton, but I love it. So the whole idea of this is that you have each day of the week up here, and then you have different categories running down the side. So you can put, you know, maybe you have 3 kids and you do a box per kid, or you want to put events of the day, chores of the day, homeschool, you know, you could do like one for weather or meals or something like that. So you have 5 categories per day to work with, and then you've got some sidebar space over here with some dot grid. But that is what that looks like in the landscape version. And again, this layout's been around for a while, so you'll probably find some good inspiration in our group. I know this is a favorite layout of both Tabitha and Shauna, so I'm sure if you search their names actually in our Facebook group, you'll probably see some inspiration for this. But I just love it. It's a classic, it's great. It's just a really good layout for like more of that task orientation, like even family planning type of stuff. I just think this is really wonderful. So that's landscape. Here is portrait. So let's take a little gander there. Portrait's laid out differently just because the space that we're working with. So I actually have the days of the week running down the side over here, and then you put your categories on the top. So Monday would be all across, Tuesday across, Wednesday across. So that's kind of how that's set up so that the boxes aren't too like squished, you know? So that is portrait. And then we have the ringed version, which I love how this turned out. So here she is, beautiful. So we have your categories over here, days running across, and then we have your sidebar off here on the right. So little variations among each orientation and everything, but I just love this. I love how it turned out. So yeah, I'm very excited, you guys. I'm so excited for the new planners, and we have more coming. Can you believe it? We have more coming tomorrow. So I'm very excited for this weekend. I'm excited to be able to offer the November, December. You'll always be able to access that, by the way, because we don't have a dedicated tab for it through the home page. So just know if you want to get there, you just tap at the bottom here, and then the button is right there. And that's going to be the same across the board for all the planners. But yeah, I mean, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot to share with you. I know tomorrow's video will, in theory, be shorter because I think I'm deep diving in this video, and then for that video it's just showing other things. So we have the ease planner and the minimalist planner coming tomorrow morning, and then my plan with me for November will be up on Sunday, so you can see the new planners in action. And drum roll, we have a sale. We have a launch sale to celebrate the launch of the 2026 planner. So for this weekend only, starting now until midnight on Sunday, so 11:59 p.m. I think it's Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if we're switching into, I'm in Arizona, so half the year we're in Pacific Time, half the year we're in Mountain Time. But through the end of the weekend only, all of the new planners are going to be 25% off, you guys. So definitely pick one up. If any of these are calling your name, let me know in the comments which one is calling your name. I know there's still more to see, so it's kind of hard to make a decision now. There's still more to see. But I'm really excited. I personally don't know what I'm going to pick, so I guess you guys will find out on Sunday what I end up going with for the new year. But yeah, those are the new planners. Oh, I've been working so hard on these, you guys. And again, thank you so much to all of you for all your support and encouragement. A huge shout out and thank you to all the ladies I work with on the team too. You guys are amazing. They're incredible, and I just feel so blessed and so lucky to be able to do what I do and have this community. You all are just a blessing to me, to my family. And I'm so excited. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough video. More coming for sure. We have a sticker book releasing today too, so that'll be happening later today around 3 p.m. the normal time. And then we have more planners coming tomorrow. Yeah, just so much fun going on here, you guys, so much fun. So I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really, really does help me out so much. And be sure to subscribe so you catch all the future videos. There's gonna be, 2026 planner setups, lots of changes coming in the near future, lots of new products coming in the near future, so you're gonna wanna subscribe so you don't miss a thing, because there's lots going on over here behind the scenes that I'm super excited about. And yeah, so just stay tuned for all of that. But without further ado, or whatever, I'm really bad at ending videos, but I gotta go now because I gotta go get the listings ready for the planners. So I hope you all are having a great week. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy planning. Love you all, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.